lucky. That explains it. Yeah, it is working just fine. So, anyhow, you got anything else for us, Oscar, before I get to the other three?
Yeah, let's move on down the road. WA3.
All right, my check-in has a first name. It's OSCAR. I don't know if you can make a song out of the rest of it, but I've got that part. Clear with Oscar, WO30, and next we're going to find out who has the flu. FLU was the suffix. Come on in.
Hey, good morning to you and all on the net. The full call is Kilowatt Mike 4, Foxtrot Lima Uniform. That is Kilowatt Mike 4, Foxtrot Lima Uniform. Name here is Brandon. Not too much here to say. Just checking out the radio here before field day. Looks like I had a small issue here that I'm trying to rectify before next week. Anyways, we're located here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got a good 20 over S9 on you. And looking like we might have a little rain come through. Anyways, if you can tell me how I sound, that'd be great. This is KM4FLU, saying 73 to you and all on the net.
KM4FLU, Brandon, you sound terrific, 10 over S9, and you said you were in Charlotte. Have you ever checked in on this net before?
That is a negative. I just heard you this morning while I was scrolling through the bands. QSL?
Oh, that's a great pleasure. We've got a new member. You check in once, you're a member for life. It's sort of a self-serve membership. You can go to the website, 722.net, and as far as I know, you can still stick your call in there and get added to the roster. But we're pretty informal here, and just, as you can tell, just sort of chat as we go and make it up as we go along. But you're sounding great. You are definitely ready for whatever you are going to do with Winter Field Day. That radio is tip-top. Over.
Roger, roger. Hey, I tell you what, if you don't mind, let me put my voice keyer back in loop here and give me another shout in about 5 minutes. QSL?
And in 5 minutes, I'm going to be changing this over to the next net controller. But check in with him, okay? He's also, he's in Winston, okay? Winston-Salem.
Roger, appreciate the info. KM4FLU. And no, we don't have the flu. Just 7-3 to you.
Oh, yes, you do. That's a great call. Fantastic. Thanks for stopping by. We'll clear with KM4FLU. I've got two more on the list. First up is WB8LWY and then K3DON. So, Mike, WB8LWY from W8LWX and the Chew. How are things going in Champaign County?
Uniform Charlie Delta. Did you hear that? Uniform Charlie Delta?
Yeah, I've got you, Dave. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, good morning to you, John.
indicate.
But it's just a little bit of those trees, so we'll give it a little bit of filtering too, because we did quite a bit of snow wall. So anyway, it's up to you. W8LWX, this is WB8LWY.
WB8LWY, W8LWX, and the 2. Mike, nice to have you in today. You're an S5 to an S7, depending on how many times you shout into the microphone, or turn your head. You know how it is. Depends on where the peaks are. But sounding great today from Champaign County, and I wish we could chat a little bit further, but I'm going to bump into the limits of my hour. So at this point, I will say thank you for checking in, and pass along Janice's greetings. She's sitting here in the shack and says, "Hello, Mike." So how do you like that? Over. Okay, and we'll clear with WB8LWY. And while we give Terry, our next net controller, a chance to get settled in his chair, yeah, that would be KC8OEX, who's going to relieve me soon. We've got 2 more and maybe a quick wave to a third one. I heard, I think it was NDK put out his call. But next up is Don, K3DON. I'm guessing it's Don. Come on in. K3DON from W8LWX and the 2. Yeah, a lot of that snow is probably going to at least graze Baltimore area, I would think, but maybe not. I'm not sure exactly where that lies, but we've got you here. K3DON and about an S7 on my Kenwood here in Stokes County, North Carolina today. Don, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I don't think we've spoken before. If we have, it's been a while. And stick around if you would. We have another net controller about to take over, and feel free to check in with him as well. He is also in North Carolina. His call is KC8OEX. But at this point, I'll just say 7-3 to you so I can get the next ones, okay?
Thank you. You're 59 here in Chalkatown. Thanks for this chance to check in. 73 K3DON.
All right, Don. Hang around and we'll have another net controller up. Next up on my list, WB8UCD for a quick one. Come on in.
But good morning to you. Thanks for sitting in here at the very last. I know you're at a couple bits past your allotted time, so I'll keep it kind of short. 23 degrees here and getting ready for the brutal cold. Don't know how much snow is yet. We're only forecast to get an inch or so, but who knows what will happen. But all week's going to be down in the zeros and minus zeros. And boy, I'll tell you what, John, I wish I was in Florida. Situations like this, I should be down the point, but I'm not. So anyway, things are going okay here. Mike, you were really strong earlier. The band's kind of funny today. Kind of a lot of fading around. You're really weak here when you turn it over to me, but most of the time I've been listening this morning, you've been way up there, S9 or so. But yeah, fun band shifting around like it normally does this time of morning. John, I'll let you go. I don't want to keep it until the other internet controllers take over. Pleasure talking to you, and tell Janice I said hi. She's still within earshot. Hi, Janice. And you guys take care and try to weather the cold and snow there in North Carolina. W8LWS, this is WB8UCD. Thank you, John.
WB8UCD from W8LWX and the 2. Yeah, David, I'm glad I got you in here. For one thing, you are number 17 on my list, and that's always my goal for my hour. And to be fair, my hour didn't start until 3 or 4 minutes after the hour anyway. So in all fairness, okay, we call it net controller time. It just sort of, it's never right at the top. Anyhow, nice having you along, and we'll clear with WB8UCD. Janice, by the way, waves a hand and says, hi, Dave. So there you go. And lastly, I heard NDK. Is that Nate, W4NDK? If so, you got time to say hi and bye. Over.
Yes, thank you for letting me in at the end there. Good to hear you, John. W8LWX. LWY, sorry, W8LWY. You're coming in 5910 over down here in Charlotte. And when I was at Topsail Island this summer, you saved one of my days where I was just not getting out. So you came back to me, and so did Janice, and I was sitting on the beach. I put it out there on my channel. Thank you very much for that. Hope everything's safe and good up in Stokes County. My brother drives up there quite a bit. He's an attorney in Winston. And nice to hear you again. Have a wonderful Sunday, and thanks for the 7272 Chew. W4 November Delta Kilo, Nate in Charlotte.
Oh, Nate, I'm so glad that I heard you and we could get you in. All the best to you. You're 10 over S9 in Stokes County today. We'll clear with Nate and look for my relief. Terry, the usual apologies apply. KC8OEX, if you're out there, it's all going to be yours. After I say thank you to everybody who checked in, you all make my Sundays good ones. I sure do appreciate it. Hang around and check in with Terry. KC8OEX, go ahead.
God bless my friend. Hey, you had a great net there, John. I've been listening to you. Now, Don that checked in with you, I can't work in. He's too light on me there. But I want to say good morning to Oscar, W030, up in Pennsylvania. But, John, last time I talked to Oscar was last month in December there. But he sounded pretty good down here at my station there. And I did copy that KF4 of the FOU. I'm just standing by for him to check in with me there. But, John, you had a very good net there, very good net. And it's chilly, really. It's cold there, brother. I got to ask you a question there before I let you go there.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Now, you've been working on, because I've been going in and out the house, because we got all this cold weather coming in here. Now, I got up this morning at 6 o'clock. It was nice and warm in the 40s there. My Lord, we got 44 degrees now, 4 here in Winston, and the temperature is dropping. And the weather forecast says once it drops down to 30 today, below 30, it ain't going to get no higher until around Thursday there. So I'm trying to do some work around here to get winterized. And I'm thinking about the vehicle I've got, my mother's truck, and I've called some people there. I don't know how much antifreeze protection I have,
Is the frequency in use? This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo on 7275.5. 7275.5. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ on 7275.5, 7275.5. Let's see who we can get here. We might move bands in just a bit, but let's check it out and see how the propagation is. This is Nate. I'm in North Carolina, and my call sign is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 NDK, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, North Carolina. We're going to move up a little bit. (7277) is the frequency in use. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ on 7277. I hear somebody down there in the noise. Is that you, Shooter? Hey, Shooter out there on the West Coast, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, do you copy? CQ, 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 this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. I'm also calling Kilo Bravo 2 Uniform Echo Whiskey. That's Alvaro in Vegas. Kilo Bravo 2 Uniform Echo Whiskey. Get on the frequency if you can, or if you're not, go over to 7277 and give me a call. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, KB2 UEW. We might just be locally open here on 40. It might be short. Let me see if I can get on another band, maybe 20 meters, and that's not you, Shooter. Yeah, I'm going to go over there. I'm trying to get Alvaro. He's chatted quite a bit in my chats, and trying to get him on. I've never had a QSO with him. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use on 14235? I'm going to check also on the spotter. (7235.5). I moved up a little bit. I heard somebody down there. 10 meters and 20 might be open. 10's getting ready to open, I guess, or just closing. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo on 14235.5. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, Whiskey 4 NDK.
Whiskey 4 NBK from Kilowatt 3, Kilowatt Hotel, Germany. Over.
All right. Beautiful shack there. Kilowatt 3, Kilowatt Hotel Golf. Dean, is that you in Maryland?
Yes, sir, it is. Go ahead.
Okay, you're 5'9" here in North Carolina, strong 59. I am live streaming right now, Go Amateur Radio. Let me move down just a second. I'm going to tune up. I'll be right back. Well, it's tuned, but we're getting a little SWR because of the rain. So I might have to move to my other antenna, which isn't going to perform as well. But anyway, Dean, running a doublet antenna, which the SWR creeps up when it gets wet, and it's raining right now in North Carolina. What are you running over?
Yeah, okay, first of all, you got the information correctly. For me, I didn't get it for you. Where are you in North Carolina, and your handle, please, over?
I'm at tune. Sorry about that. I had to go over to the dipole antenna. Can you hear me here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're not as strong, but I can copy you. Go ahead.
Okay, and I might shorten the width of this signal so that I can get out a little better. But this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo.
Okay, and your name and QTH, please.
Sorry, I was narrowing the bandpass filter. My name is Nate. My name is Nathan or Nate, and I'm in North Carolina, Charlotte to be exact.
Okay, and yeah, your audio now has no lows in it at all. And I think you said your name was Mead, Mike Echo Alpha Delta. Is that correct?
Negative. Nate, November Alpha Tango Echo. November Alpha Tango Echo.
Oh, okay, Nate. Okay, I'm sorry. Very good. K3KHG. Well, I can certainly tell you made a big difference in your audio. It's a lot higher in frequency response. No lows at all in there. And actually, I prefer maybe it's my hearing. I'm age here is 80, by the way, and but the lows sound a little bit better. I don't have as much success with high frequency voices. Maybe that's why the XYL and I get along now so well. I can't hear half of what she says. Anyway, sorry about the rain, but we got the same thing here. We got rain here in Pasadena, Maryland, and but it's supposed to change to snow, and then sub-freezing temperatures. I don't know, some Arctic blast that's going to be coming through, Nate. I hope you don't get it down there. W4NDK, K3 King Henry George. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, be careful with that subarctic temperature coming in. We're supposed to get some cold weather here, but as I looked, it's not going to be as cold as I originally thought. I did make sure the remote start works on my car. It wasn't working. I had to subscribe to something with the Toyota so that I could start the car up from inside the house and warm it up before I go to work this week. But I'm going to look at the weather, and it's we're not supposed to get too much snow here, but we rarely get snow in Charlotte. We're in kind of a thermal area between the mountains and the coast. But I am looking at a low of 20 tomorrow and a high of 33, which isn't too bad. A low of 22 Tuesday with a 40% chance of snow in Charlotte, so that's going to make everybody freak out and buy all the milk and bread up. They just love doing that. They love to run around like ants when the anthill gets blown away. And then 19 degrees on Wednesday for the low, 32 for the high, and then back up to 37 Thursday with sun on Wednesday and Thursday. So not too bad here. Not as bad as I thought. Over.
No, that doesn't sound too bad at all, Nate. And hopefully that's the way it'll play out. They're calling, as I said, they're calling for that Arctic blast with temperatures down in could be near single digits, and then with a wind chill of -10. So I don't know. We got plenty of fuel oil, and I am running low on firewood for the fireplace, but I have plenty of fuel, and I have another fireplace in the family room that runs off of propane. So, and then that's got plenty in the tank. So we're okay. XYL and I. She's running to the store now as you speak. Probably for milk and toilet paper, I would imagine. That'll be on. I'm sure it's on the list. and like everybody else, I think it's sort of become a tradition as much as a necessity. You know, that's what you normally run after before a big storm or whatever arrives. Fine, on the remote start in your car, I had that. I got a Nissan Rogue. It's a couple years old, and it had that remote start and all that kind of stuff. And you had to buy a subscription for it. And I thought, gee, they should just include that. If it's already on the car, why should I have to pay? So now I said, no, I'm not going to pay the subscription. So, you know how you do when you cut the economy thing down a little bit. You're on a budget. Your XYL and I are both retired, and so. But anyway, the only thing I can do, I can lock and unlock the car. And I think I can turn the alarm on if for some reason, and I can open the back hatch. You know, it'll open up automatically. But other than that, and it will tell me if I have a tire that's low. So that's not too bad for a freebie, I guess. That's maybe just a piece of the pie. W4NDK in New Charlotte, K3KHG. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, K3KHG, W4NDK, Nate here. I'm live streaming, by the way, live streaming. Do you mind that? I can delete your audio in the recording for later posting if you don't like to be live streamed. Over.
No, I don't mind. I have a great face for radio, and so I don't mind you streaming my voice, Nate. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you got a great voice for radio, that's for sure. And I was looking at the weather in Boone, North Carolina, which you might be aware is about 100 miles northwest of us, but it's up in elevation about 5,000 feet, and I'm at about 680 here. And their weather is completely different. They got snow right now, and then the low is 4 degrees on Monday there, 6 degrees the next day. So they get your weather there in Boone. And they're expecting some snow, so the skiers are going to be very happy with that. I am sitting here in Charlotte where it's warm and worried about the cold folks up near Asheville that were affected by the hurricane. Their benefits are running out for their hotel rooms that they have where their houses were destroyed because of Hurricane Helene. I heard that Habitat's building some neighborhoods and houses up there furiously, and then there's other people that delivered tiny houses. Some of the locals that burned their tiny houses accidentally because of their wood-burning fireplaces. They had metal stoves in there, were not set up right, or they didn't know how to operate them, I guess sparks. So just thinking about those folks, sending prayers, and got on the radio to try to help them out yesterday with Project Helene. So we're going to try to help as much as we can continually. And we got some folks working out at the Avery County Airport up there, too, as well as some folks from my church making trips up there, bringing heaters, buddy heaters, et cetera, and donating. Well, anyway, Dean, are you anywhere near Ellicott City? Over?
Yes, I am. I'm not far from Ellicott City. Matter of fact, my youngest son, who's also a ham, but he lives in Ellicott City. It's funny, we always called it Ellicott City, but Ellicott is probably the correct pronunciation. And as far as the hurricane and the people surviving, it's great that the whole country sort of come together to help. Locally here, which Pasadena is not very big, and there's a local restaurant called Cookies, just a neighborhood restaurant. Everybody meets in there in the morning to get breakfast and whatever. Well, she got a couple of large trucks. I don't know if they were tractors and trailers. I didn't see how big, and stocked them full of food and people to cook. And she's made a couple of trips down to the Carolinas just to feed the people or the first responders or whoever. and she's really done a great job. And I'm sure there's other small towns all over the United States that have come down there. I hate to say this, and not to be political, but I think the people coming together have done a better job than the government did with that situation. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, but yeah, to answer your question, yeah, we're about, I'll say 15 miles east of Ellicott City. W4NDK, K3KHG.
Yeah, K3KHG, W4NDK. Okay, well, I was just asking because my wife's best friend lives there, and so does my cousin. And my wife is from the Mid-Atlantic. She's from Virginia. So different area, but not too far away. And that's where, you know, we go up there and take people to the airport and stuff. So anyway, good to hear you. Dean, nice to meet you. I don't think we've ever had a QSO before. It's a pleasure. And you got great audio, great bass. What do you run in there? And then I'm going to see if I could take a few more, because typically when I'm doing QSOs, there's folks waiting, and they like me to call CQ, and they like to come in and get on the live stream. But I was enjoying talking to you, and I want to have a longer QSO today. So I really enjoyed it, Dean. Back to you. What are you running?
Scared. This is K3KHG. No, I'm running an FT991A, running barefoot. So I'm looking at the meter, 97 watts to an end-fed half-wave antenna, and it's about 66 feet long, and fed with a 49-to-1 un transformer. And it's about 30 feet at the far end, and where the transformer is about maybe 6-8 feet off the ground. So there you go. That's the rig. And the microphone's a Heil headset. So, and one quick question to you, now. I'll let you pick up some people. One is, I guess you're live streaming on, I would assume, YouTube. And then the other question is, are you anywhere near Newland, North Carolina? W4NDK, K3KHG.
Yeah, K3KHG, W4NDK. To answer your question, I can't remember your first question, but the second question, sorry, the coffee kind of set in and makes me get short-term memory loss, I guess, or I'm just getting older. Newland is up near Boone. Newland is up near Beach Mountain. There's actually a Radio Shack there, believe it or not, and I've been to a wonderful breakfast place where they make omelets, custom omelets and stuff, so recommend that place. Newland is up in the mountains. They're probably getting snow right now. Over.
Okay. I had some very dear friends who have passed away, but they were from Newland, North Carolina, and I went down there to visit, and was near the Brown Mountains, and tried to observe the Brown Mountain lights. No, I don't know if you've ever heard of that either, but that would be interesting to see. And my first question, because I haven't had as much coffee as you had, Nate, is this broadcast on YouTube? And then I'll let you run. Get some more people. W4NDK, K3 King Henry George.
Yes, K3 King Henry George. Dean, yes, it's on YouTube. And the channel, if you want to look for it, if you're on QRZ, you can link to the channel in my description or my biography, but the channel is called Go Amateur Radio. Go Amateur Radio. And yes, I have tried to see the Brown Mountain Lights also. That's up in Jonas Ridge, North Carolina. Jonas Ridge, North Carolina. We went camping up there this summer with my son and my two dogs, but never have actually seen the Brown Mountain Lights. Back to you.
Okay. Well, it's always mystified me, the story about it, and the songs. There's songs, the country songs written about the Brown Mountain Lights, and I thought that was so interesting that they've never been able to determine the cause or the reason for the Brown Mountain Lights. But anyway, that's a whole new subject, and we won't go on with that. Nice talking to you, Nate. Have fun with the live broadcasting, and we'll go in and look it up. W4NDK here, Charlotte. K3 King Henry George Pasadena. Have a good one, Nate.
See you later, Dean. Pleasure meeting you. That's King 3 King Henry George Kilo 3 Kilo Hotel Golf. Dean in Pasadena, Maryland. Really nice guy. He definitely knows the code of conduct for ham radio, and I appreciate it. Nice to meet you, Dean. 5'9" down here. 73.
73.
This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Let me see if I can get a few more. This is W4NDK QRZ. Well, maybe no one is out there. Let me switch over to the doublet and see if I get anyone. CQ, this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, W4NDK CQ, and standing by.
Kilo, Foxtrot, Whiskey, Romeo.
I need your prefix, please.
Kilo 5.
Is that Kilo 5?
Kilo, Foxtrot 5.
Is it Benny? Okay, that's Benny in Mississippi. Let me switch over from the doublet to the dipole, and let me know if you can hear me, and then maybe I can hear you better.
Okay, you got about a 5 on me over here in Bossburg, Mississippi.
Okay, you're a 5'5" here in North Carolina. And how's my audio now?
It sounds real good to me.
Okay, thanks. I'll stay over here on the W5GI dipole. Whiskey 5 Golf India dipole. My name is Nate, Benny. Nice to meet you. First contact. What are you running there?
We run the 991 FT with a Carolina Wyndham 1/6 antenna.
Well, it's working, Benny. It's working. You sound great. Hey, nice to meet you on the band. If you want to hear your audio, I'm streaming on YouTube, and my channel is Go Amateur Radio. Go Amateur Radio. You sound real good here, Benny. Thanks for coming in from Mississippi. My neighbor just moved back to Mississippi. She moved down near Jackson, and we miss her. We miss her a lot. She's been back to visit. But anyway, Kilo Foxtrot 5, Foxtrot Whiskey Romeo. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in here and getting a CQ with me. And check out your audio on my channel. Over.
Okay, thank you there, sir. Yeah, we're about 100 miles south of Jackson, there, Roger. About 50 miles south of Million, Mississippi. Thank you for picking me up.
Well, thank you for coming in here, and maybe we'll talk to you on 2 meters when we get down there sometime. 73 from Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Yep, that's Kilo Foxtrot 5, Foxtrot Whiskey Romeo. Benny in Bossburg, Mississippi. Nice to hear him on second guy in a row on a 991A. It's funny how that works out. This is Whiskey 4 NDK, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. I think we might be losing the band. We might try some other ones. This is Whiskey 4 NDK, CQ, and standing by. Well, it looks like 20 is dead here, but we got 10, 12, and 15 open. Let me try 15. I love that band. I'll be over to 15, QSY.
You're sounding good in PA, N3WR.
Oh, well, maybe we'll stay here. You're sounding great here, too. You're booming in here. N3, I know we've spoken before. N3WR, is that right?
Yeah, Andy, no problem. It's Norway 3, Whiskey Echo Radio, wireless electric radio.
And is it Chris?
Yeah, 100%. Operator Chris, over here by Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Over here where it's snowflaking about quarter size, almost 50-cent pieces going on out there right now.
Oh, QSL, wow. How much snow do you have on the ground currently? And my name is Nate.
Yeah, Nate, I'm sorry about that. I did call you Andy. I got you messed up with my other buddy. It's just covered. It's just covered, and supposedly we're going to have in between 2 and 4 inches temperatures in Monday, Tuesday, down to like 2 to 4, maybe 5 degrees there. not looking forward to it. I'm an appraiser for auto body and damaged vehicles, so I'm outside most of the time there. Go ahead.
Oh, QSL. Well, we'll be thinking about you there. That's got to be rough. And I work in radio, so sometimes we go out to tower sites. I've done that once. I'm brand new there for a contract, so hopefully we get to go out to more. But some of them don't have very good soffits, and so it's very cold out there. I don't climb the towers, but I go into the buildings where we have the repeaters. Well, you sound very good, Chris. You're booming in here. I like your pictures of your call sign on various transceivers or receivers. That's really cool. How did you do that? Over.
Yeah, most of the stuff, as far as the call sign ones, that's all AI made. That's all it's generated on AI. A couple different websites and that. I had obviously you're looking at the picture of my big boy, that 1000D. That's the big girl, and the big boy, it's a Clipper 10L. That's the big radios. I do kick those out every once in a while. I'm not into audio junk. I normally like the radio to do what it sounds like. So just like this one, the FTDX10. Right now, currently doing about 600 whiskey. It's a vertical antenna. It's called a Cushcraft R5, 5-band. And like I said, there's no audio junk. It's straight from the radio. Lots of tweaking. It's a great radio, but not out of the box. We got a lot of things to do before it sounds good.
Yeah, QSL, I got the same radio here, the FTDX10, and right now I'm using my dipole because of the rain. I'm not on the doublet, and I'm on a W5 GI mystery antenna, so congratulations on your signal. You're 10, 20 over here, 20 over. Give me a little more audio. I'll give you a true reading because I wasn't looking at the meter.
Yeah, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Anyway, you got it all correct, and that thing's sounding actually pretty good over here. The microphone's very picky on these. Right now I'm using a Hell Goldline Pro microphone. It's a Goldline. It's a 4-pin, not a 3-pin LXR. But again, the audio is just what it is. I'm looking over my watt meter right now. I'm cooking about 500, 550 there, over.
Well, you're booming in here. We got a pipeline up to PA, and my dad spent time in Bucknell area, and that's not too far from you, and he's from Indiana, PA. Oh, great. Well, you sound very good there. You sound really good. I appreciate you coming in. Stay warm when you're out appraising. Hopefully you have one of those heated jackets that you get a battery and you plug it in. Do you have one of those? Over.
Yeah, I most definitely got some heated socks. In fact, I just had the wife, the ex-wife, make sure that they're plugged in, fully charged. I don't have a heated jacket. I normally don't get pretty cold on the chest area. It's normally the feet and the hands. You get about 55 years old, and you know the old heart doesn't pump like it used to before, you know.
Yeah, QSL, we're the same age. I understand. Well, be safe out there. We got the same weather up in the elevated areas of North Carolina, but not down here in the Piedmont, North Carolina, and Charlotte. But nice to hear you. November 3, Whiskey Echo Romeo. Always nice to talk to PA folks. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. I'll see if I can get a couple more, but I really appreciate you coming in and from the Harrisburg area and finding me. And I'm on YouTube at Go Amateur Radio if you want to hear your audio.
Yeah, no problem. I have to check it out. I'm actually looking at you right now. I got about a 45, maybe almost a minute stretch in between transmission to coming up live on YouTube. So, but anyway, take care. God bless. 7-3, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm glad you didn't shoot. You're actually coming in pretty good. I just think the band's just quieting down, and people's got to find people. But I think I might have shook up the East Coast here for you. I did hear a tone. Someone keyed down about 1,000 on FM, just 7 hertz above, 700 hertz above there. So maybe someone will come in there for you. 7-3s.
73, Chris. Nice to meet you. Thanks for heating up the band, and pretty much got your ice off of your antenna there. 73, Chris. Nice to hear you on the Cushcraft article. Doing great. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Clear with Chris, November 3, Whiskey Echo Romeo 73. QRZ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. We got quite a few people there in the chat. Whiskey 4, NDK, CQ.
Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie, November Charlie, stationary Mobile.
Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie, November Charlie.
that's a QSL. Yeah, you're 5'9". I'm in Jupiter, Florida, 52 at the moment.
Okay, I see you're from. Is it Joseph?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Roger. Do you live in Jupiter now, or are you from PA?
No, I'm snowbirding for about 4 weeks down here, and I'll be heading up to Hamcation, and after Hamcation, I'll head home.
Oh, great. Well, that sounds like fun. Hopefully you're getting some wonderful, beautiful weather at Jupiter, Florida. You're about a 5'5" here in North Carolina, Joe.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, you got 5 and 9 here. I'm using a hand stick and an FT891 in the car here, just 100 watts there, guys.
Wow. That's my setup I used last year. I still use the 891 in the car. I sit there stationary. I use that Chameleon 17-foot whip with a hinge mount, a ditch light mount hinge mount, made out of solid steel, so that works. You sound real good, Joe. Thank you very much for coming in here. Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie November Charlie Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Are you sitting near the water? Over.
No, negative, but I'm about 2 miles from the ocean there. Right now I'm sitting in the parking lot of the condo that I'm staying at. And yeah, once in a while I'll throw the 16-foot whip on the. I have a triple magnet mount on the back of the car. That's where the antenna's at. No permanent mount or anything like that. So that's what I'm using when I come down here, there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it's working really well. Sounds really good, Joe. Always appreciate the mobiles. I'll be out Tuesday and Thursday night next week, mobile with the 17-foot whip and the 891 doing a live stream. So if you're around 7:30 to 9:30 or so, I'll be out there on the air on YouTube, Go Amateur Radio, as well as on probably 40 meters maybe at that time. But good to hear you, Joe. Have fun in Jupiter, Florida. 73, and at least you're not up here with the polar vortex. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Can I have your name real quick?
My name is Nate. November Alpha Tango Echo. My call sign is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo.
Okay, I got the call, but didn't get the name. All right, Nate. Yeah, back home we're supposed to get some snow. My location is about 25 miles outside the city of Philadelphia. Back home, we're supposed to get some snow there this afternoon. Right down here, it's close to 80 degrees, a little overcast, but we'll take that instead of the snow. That's 73.
Yeah, 73 to you too. You sound great. Thanks for coming in here. I might put on the antenna switch and use my listing antenna, but it'll attenuate quite a bit. I got an MFJ 4-to-1 balun on there, and I think there's a problem with that thing. So anyway, we'll see what we do. But nice to hear you. Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie November Charlie. Wife is or someone's running the washing machine downstairs, so I hear that big time. All right, 73. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. QRZ.
November 8 Yankee November. Yankee November.
November 8 Yankee November. U.S. Navy. Jerry, nice to meet you. You're in Ohio, is that correct?
Yes, sir, Nate. This is Jerry. Nice to meet you also in this snowy, cold southern Ohio.
Yes, sir. I'm originally from northern Ohio. Moved down here in 77. Jerry, you sound great. You're 5'9" here in North Carolina.
Hey, Nate, you're 59 here in true 5'9" here, and I'm just flipping the dial there and heard you. And also, I wanted to ask you if you'd do me a favor. I'm trying to get that award on the QRZ where you work 12 days of the QRZ, get somebody to log in the QRZ logbook, and they put that sticker on your QRZ page. And I just need 2 more. So would you be kind enough to log me on your QRZ log today? And so I'll only need 1 more. Over.
Sure. All of my contacts go into QRZ, so automatically you'll get that and you'll automatically confirm.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And, yeah, I really, really appreciate that. And, yeah, well, it's 27 degrees up here. I imagine it's a little bit warmer where you're at. Over.
Oh, yes, 51 degrees here, 51. I probably should get out and do some walking outside before the cold air comes in tomorrow. Over.
QSL, yeah, that polar vortex, 3 days of it, but anyhow, I just can't, I hate to wish my life away because on 8 February I hit 8-0. Gee, I'll tell you, it's been a quick 80 years. Over.
Yes, sir. Well, congrats on the 80. Nice to meet you. I met a guy yesterday, 96 years old, U.S. Navy. He was on the ship, the USS Indianapolis, and he survived, obviously. Over.
Wow, that is awesome, and I'll tell you what, this is a coincidence. There was a gentleman named Norman Roberts who went to my mom and dad's church, and he was a first-class machinist mate. And he was also a survivor. And I tell you what, I got to meet him, shake his hand, and say, God bless him. He's a good Christian man. And I said, it's just a privilege, to meet you. And it's sad to say that that's the biggest black eye in naval history for the Navy, to lose track of that ship and have all those men eaten by the sharks and everything. It was really a sad story, but that's awesome that he's still here. Nate, over.
Yes, sir. I bet he knew Norman Roberts. Yeah, I had lunch with him yesterday, and he spent 3 days in the water, and he got a hat off of one of the other sailors who had passed, and he used it to catch rainwater to drink. And when they pulled him up onto the other boat, some of the other guys, their skin came off. So, oh my gosh, what a story! It was really a pleasure to meet this true hero. Well, Jerry, thank you for your service in the Navy. My uncle's in the Navy right now. He's been in it entire life, so big fan of the Navy. Thank you very much, Jerry. November 8, Yankee November, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Pleasure to meet you. And before you go, I'm going to try to get a couple more. What are you running there?
Okay, Nate, W4. I'm on my backup rig. That's a little Yaesu FT710, and I've got the desk mic M70, and I'm on a 3-element tri-band beam, high gain beam up about 50 feet, and the rotator is broken, and it's pointed 20 degrees off of north. But my main rig is a Kenwood 590 Sugar Golf, and I have an Ameritron AL572 amplifier hooked to it, but sometimes I just like to play barefoot radio and play the backup rig, and that's what I'm on today, Nate, over.
It's working. I'm a big Yaesu fan. I'm on the FTDX10, and I'm running a W5GI mystery antenna. It's a dipole. Just because the doublet is wet right now, and the doublet also picks up a lot more noise. It's picking up our old-timey washing machine right now for sure. Well, nice to meet you, Jerry. Thanks for letting me know what you're running. Check out your audio on YouTube. Go Amateur Radio, okay?
Okay. Well, thank you, Nate. Hope we work again, buddy. Happy New Year to you, and best of health to you and your family this year, and hopefully catch you down the log. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, November 8, Yankee November. 73, Nate.
November 8, Yankee November, 73. Great audio from Jerry. Jerry's up in Ohio. It's going to get cold up there. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Clear with you and QRZ. I think I heard a mobile. Okay, I guess it wasn't a mobile, but I did hear somebody. Please try again. Oh, having trouble getting you. I try a couple more times slowly and phonetically. I may try to put on the headphones too.
Roger. Victor Echo 3 Sierra Romeo Whiskey on repeat. Victor Echo 3 Sierra Romeo Whiskey.
Oh yeah, there he is, Don. Don, how's it going? Good to hear you again. Hope you're not standing out in the snow in your short sleeve shirt. Over.
Not today, Nate. Not today. We're about 17 Fahrenheit. 17 Fahrenheit today. But it's not windy. It's not a bad day, actually. It's just cold. I don't have a real strong copy on you. I don't know how strong. You don't seem to be too good either. But you were stronger. Right now I'm getting anywhere from 5.3 to 5.5. Over.
Okay, is that any better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. What'd you do?
Switched over to the doublet.
Oh, yeah. Solid 5.7.
Yeah, I'm back on the dipole. The doublet's too noisy. We're running the Speed Queen clothes washing machine. So I'll just take the 5.5 because I can't hear you on the other one. I'm going to say you're 5.7 right now, 5.7 down here, Don. What did you change from the first to the second time I heard you? Because I couldn't hear you the first time you called out.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you can't get down the weeds again. We'll catch you again.
Yeah, catch you again. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't think the band's really open, and between us right now, it's 650 or so miles up there, but you sound great. Band's a little bit short. It's acting like 40 meters usually does in the evenings. W4NDK. See you, Don. Thanks for coming in there, and always good to see you on the live stream, etc. And Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ.
This is KC1 PJI, monitoring.
KC1? KC1 PJI?
KC1 PJI.
Can you do it phonetically, please?
Yes, Kilo Charlie 1, Tango, Juliet, Romeo.
Okay, sorry about that, Robert, Rhode Island. The band's a little noisy, very noisy. Very noisy. We're running the old-fashioned Speed Queen washing machine, and it makes some racket. I'm going to put some stuff on the power line. I already have a Toroid on there, but I need something else. So anyway, you're sounding great here. You're 5'7", North Carolina.
That's the Raj.
Yes, sir. And what's my report, please?
Come back. I didn't get that.
What is my report?
I still didn't get it. One more time?
What is my signal report?
Oh, you're coming in about 5.5 here.
Okay, thank you for the 5.5. I think I'm going to QSY to another band. The band's kind of falling apart on me here, but Robert, you sound great here with the 5.7, Kilo Charlie 1, Tango Juliet Romeo. I'm sorry to keep it short, but I need to move out to another band or take a break, but you sound good here. And if you want to hear your audio, I'm piping it directly into my laptop into OBS and out to YouTube. So it's a live stream, and the channel is Go Amateur Radio, QSL.
Yeah, Raj, one other question. Can you come back with your call signs very slow, please?
Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Come back with the 3 first.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4.
Okay, I'm going to repeat. Whiskey 4, NDK.
November Delta Kilo, yes. Whiskey 4, NDK.
Thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate it. 73.
Yeah, 73. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I lost the band completely. That was Robert, Kilo Charlie 1, Tango Juliet Romeo. He's in Rhode Island. Spent some time up there down at Rocky Point when that used to be there, that amusement park. 73. I'll catch you later, and hopefully we'll see you on the stream or in the chat.
Cool.
We're going to try the listening antenna. Bear with me just a second, guys. I'm going to turn on. This is Whiskey 4 NDK. I'm going to see if this is this frequency in use. Is the frequency in use? Let's switch over to the listening antenna. Bear with me just a second, guys.
Italy.
Italy.
A little trouble with the listening antenna. Let me try this again. Okay, I think we got it going now. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ on 21283. I wasn't on the right frequency. 21283 CQ. Is this frequency in use? I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. See if we can, is this frequency in use? CQ, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Kilo India 5? Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango. Joe, good to hear you again. Great to hear you. You are 5-3 here, but I'm attenuating the signal quite a bit because I'm using the loop on ground. I may need to switch something out there with the log, but you sound pretty good there, Joe. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I can't pick out any audio there, but thanks for coming in.